After beating Ajax quite convincingly 6-2 on aggregate, we are next up against Dinamo Zagreb, which I thought was an easy draw. However, the bookies don't make us favourite for the first leg away in Croatia. Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the NK Maribor Save. I am Cultured Left Foot and it is a pleasure to have you with me. As you can see, we take on Dinamo Zagreb. We travel to the wonderful city of Zagreb. It was part of the tour that I went on of Europe when I went into Slovenia and saw the NK Maribor Stadium, Lučka and bought my Maribor kit. We also went to Zagreb in Croatia and toured around quite a lot of Croatia, and Zagreb was a wonderful city. I'd highly recommend it. But in this game, we're here to beat them and knock them out of Europe. After the 3-2 win against Ajax, we then went and played Celje, drew 1-1. After that, we played Cooper and won 3-0. Mustafa, Blazic, Cardos getting the goal, Cardos getting another goal as well. Wasn't too much else really to discuss, apart from the fact that Cardos has pulled his hamstring and is out for both games against Dinamo Zagreb, which is very, very annoying. But, you know, we keep going. We go, Hamsbergovic is there. He's a good backup player to have for that lone striker's role. And, yeah. Other than that, not much else to discuss, so we won't mingle around. Let's get straight into the game, and I will see you for kickoff. Well, I won't. I'll see you just before that to go through the teams, and then I'll see you at kickoff. But you know what I mean. You're used to this. You've watched all the series. Away in Croatia, this is how we line up. Big Mac in goal. Gleesing, Ricardo, Pavlin and Landers are the back four. Takak sits in front of them just to give us a bit of steel and a bit of tackle in the half-back role. Chleld and Mustafa play next to him. Luis Carlos and Santiago Lopez have both been dropped for the game. Chleld's been moaning that he wants some more first-team football, and when I've played him, he's normally done very well. Lopez is looking was a little bit tired, and Luis Carlos was looking a bit jaded. I didn't want to send him away for a rest, so he's just on the bench. Hadji on the right wing, Sogodoga on the left wing, and Hamsbergovic up front, playing as a target man today, just to see if we can use his height and his strength and his abilities in those ways slightly differently. They line up in the same formation, 4-1-2-2-1. Camargo looks like he's going to be playing attacking. Eagle is going to look like he's going to be quite defensive. We're scouting quite a lot of these players. Salino, Mr. Zlecki, who is quite a good player for them, I think. And Martinez as well, the centre-back. We're scouting them to see how they do. And we were scouting them before this draw was done. And we're going to find out if they're good enough. Because if they beat us, then yes, they're good enough. But hopefully we've got enough to get past them today. As I said, the bookies have made Zagreb favourites for this tie. I make us favourites overall in the tie. So we'll have to see what goes happens. See what happens. The game gets underway. I was looking at previous fixtures. We have played Zagreb pretty recently, actually. We played them 2 seasons ago. We beat them 2-0 away and then 3-0 at home. Playing this formation, we had a very obviously different team back then. But we looks to have started this game quite well. Gleeson gets in a nice early cross and gets it back. Mustafa to Chleld. Duda just gets in there and clears it. That will probably be that for the highlight, to be fair. Yeah, we just need to make a good early impression in this game and hopefully get in amongst them and get an away goal if we can. As Camargo is fouled. No, Camargo has fouled Pavlin and he's been livid that a penalty's been given against him. But it looks like it's going to be Takak, who is our main penalty taker when he's on the pitch. And in what is generally quite a rare start for him this season, he's going to be taking a penalty. And he shoots and he pings it into the top left corner. Wonderful stuff. A great start. 6 minutes in, 1-0 up with an away goal. And that is exactly the start we wanted. So Takak gets the penalty. Captain for the day, I think. He sticks it into the corner. Well, the goalkeeper should arguably do better. And Takak celebrates like he's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Wonderful stuff. Good start to the game. Exactly what we needed. And let's see if we can work on that and get another one. Takak picks it up. Hadji's in loads of space. Can he beat his man? He does. It's going to be another penalty. Eagles giving it away. And, can Takak get a brace? I said it's a rare start. We've only had one shot. It was the other penalty. And he's going to get another chance to do it now. Will he go to the same place? He doesn't. He goes the other side. Perez guesses right again. But he's made it 2-0. 2 away goals. And this is a superb start for NK Maribor. Takak lines up. Perez, he gets a hand to it. It's not strong enough. But Takak's, the man whose contract is actually expiring at the end of the season, may well have just earned himself a new contract. Just to be hang around as an old statesman. There's a bit of confusion. Sedino has fired wide when he really should score. in that position. Loads of confusion. It was a clearance, I think. Big Mac didn't come for it. Defence weren't getting it. And Cedinho pounced and just did not put it away when he should have done. As Landers' throw goes straight to Duda. Pavlin gets there before Cedinho. Mustafa out to Landers. Will he cross from deep? He doesn't. He finds Segovic. Ball in. Ivan Kleld. Oh, the rare start. I thought he was going to score. As I said, he's been asking for more game time. He's going to be getting it over the next few weeks because he is a good player. And said when I play him, he normally performs quite well. But we have started today's game very, very well. As we're 36, 37 minutes in, it's cleared and Duda will pick it up. Marcus Vinicius for Zagreb. Out to Eagle. Into Kano's feet. Duda. They're keeping the ball pretty well. They're coming forward as well. If we nick it, which we have, we could well be on for a counter-attack here. As Hamsbergovic is tackled by Kano. And Cedinho is in again behind the defence. But this time he's laid it off to Hanus. And Landers has brought him down. And it's outside the box. Right on the edge of the box there. Look, Mr. Zlecki ball in. Sogodogo gets a header. And Hadji will have space to run into as we launch a counter-attack. And he beats his man quite easily. And he's now keep going forward. But Eagle tackles him well. It's a ball forward. And Big Mac will actually clear that one up. But he didn't pick it up. He used his feet. But either way, well, whatever, we're still coming as Landers gives a good overlap, gets to the ball. Hamsbergovic is there. Perez makes a very good save. And we've got a corner. And what can we do from it? Sogodogo, ball in. Camargo gets a head away. I mean, I was just surprised we didn't get a penalty because this ref seems to love giving us penalties. Lucas Gleesing, well, he don't know what he was trying to do. I think he was just trying to clear it and it hit Cedinho. But the guy we're scouting, Martinez, at the back has gone off injured and they've moved Eagle, who is not having a good game, into centre-back and brought on Zelinka at left-back. So, you know, we're causing them trouble and they've picked up an injury in quite a crucial position. So I'm going to tell the guys that I'm happy with that. Keep it going. And I'm going to say I'm happy with the defensive work. Happy with the playmaking work. And I'm going to say I'm happy with the efforts in the final third. Hamsbergovic is happy with that, which is good. He's not been hitting the highest of heights with his form recently, but you know, maybe just an arm around the shoulder and just say he's doing well will sort him out. As Camargo comes forward, and nothing came of that either. They've changed to their 4-3-3 formation, and I don't really know how to counteract that. It is a formation that we can struggle against. As Camargo hits a free kick over the bar. But yeah, 4-3-3, it's a bit of an odd one for us because we play so narrow anyway. We don't really get much joy against it. It depends how many people they chuck forward. Because if they chuck a lot forwards, we can hit them on the counter-attack quite easily. And it gives us the ability to pass the ball around like this and just simply out-pass them and then get a good chance. Segura gives it to Kleld, shoots. Perez makes a save. The issue we have is that we push quite a few people up. And that's when it can backfire. So I might just change the fullbacks ever so slightly to go to support rather than attack and take off, look for the overlap. But Takacs is having a storming game in the middle there as Hadji picks this up. He puts the ball, Hamsbergovic in, shoots, goal. Looked like it went through Perez. And that should wrap up the tie. A lovely 3-0 away lead at the moment as Hadji dinks it, well, I say dinks the ball in, fires it around. Hamsbergovic takes a touch and then just absolutely leathers it past Perez. And yeah, 3-0 up away from home. It's looking good. It is looking good. And I am going to drop these guys back. Maybe I'm just going to drop them back actually to just normal wing backs rather than complete wing backs. So then slightly less attacking. We'll take off, look for the overlap as well. And that will be that. We're not going to make too many other changes as Hamsbergovic finds Gleesing to Hadji. All the way out to Landers. That's a wonderful ball to spread the play. Landers, can he beat his man? He gets a ball in. Sogodogo fires wide from a good position. And I should probably start thinking about yellow cards. We don't really want anyone suspended. So I'm going to give Sogodogo a rest. He's going to come off and be replaced by Sam Leftfoot for another appearance in Europe. Hopefully he'll do pretty well. And yeah, Jaka Pavlin's also on a yellow. Let's bring on Camargo, just so we don't get him. And I'm tempted to do... I'll tell you what, we'll give it another 5 or so minutes, and then we'll bring Tapia on for Landers, so that we don't get anyone... Well, anyone that's on a risk of being sent off is off the pitch, so they can't get sent off, is the sentence I was trying to say, but appeared to struggle with. As Hamsbergovic beats Marco Vinicius, cuts inside, gives it to Hadji, shoots, in off the post. It's 4-0. It is tie over. I told you I was confident. I told you we had a pretty comfortable draw, and it has proven to be that way because Hadji has stuck that in. And it was good play from Hamsbergovic, to be fair. He did do very, very well in that position. He beat Marcus Vinicius to the ball, cut inside, put a pretty aggressive ball over to Hadji, who took a touch, and then on the half volley, binged it past Perez right into the bottom corner of the post. And a 4-0 away win puts us in a very, very good position, as this celebration is going on a bit too long, so we'll skip that. But this has been a very successful game so far. Mustafa's picked up an injury, which is annoying because I've made 3 subs. Oh, it's a stub toe, for God's sake, man. Get on with it. And we took down into the last 10 minutes. We have absolutely dominated them. Haven't given them any clear-cut chances. Although we've only had 2 clear-cut chances, and that was the 2 penalties for Takacs. So it's been an interesting game. As Tapia picks up a yellow card, as I brought him on to replace someone on a yellow card, so that hasn't helped. But Duda wins the header into Serginho. There's still 5 minutes left, so a goal could give them a bit of hope for the second leg as Duda comes forward. Hannes to Cano, round the corner, Peralta. Serginho, yeah, they've got a goal. They worked that very well. His 22nd goal of the season. He is one of the players we're scouting from Zagreb, but it was very good football. I mean, look at this for football. Cano into Peralta, first time round the corner. Serginho, the first time shot. Big Mac again gets a hand to it like their goalkeeper did with the penalty. But it's just, yeah, that's annoying that we haven't kept a clean sheet. Still into Peralta. Peralta back to Serginho. And how long's left? There's still 2 minutes left. They could nick another goal here. Sleld makes a good tackle. It goes out for a throw. And surely Zagreb will be in a bit of a rush to take this. There's 1 minute of injury time been declared. And we win it back. Hamsbergovic brings it forward. He's been causing them trouble all day. It's into Hadji. Hadji, that's... yeah, that shows how inconsistent his shooting is, really. Because the last time he was in that position, he put it right into the bottom corner off the post. And this time he put it a good few yards wide. As Duda picks it up into Hannes. Hannes to Serginho. Up to Hamsbergovic, though. We did well to intercept that. Hadji picks it up. Tackled by Eagle. Peralta. And Eagle has gone back to the left-back position. Even though he had a little stint at centre-back. It didn't go very well for him. As Abeti gets into the box. And Tapia makes a very good tackle on a yellow card. Let's just get this out, boys. That's the one. But Zagreb have kept it, but we then clear it a little bit further. Takacs picks it up. We should be able to see this out because there is 20 seconds left in this game. Well, I say we should be able to see this out. Clell just ran into his man. Takacs makes a good tackle. He's also on a yellow card. And, yeah, we're, you know, struggling just to see this game out in the last few minutes. But there we go. A good 4-1 win. And that's a very good game. And this episode hasn't been very long, so I might make it a cheeky episode where we do 2 games in one and do both Zagreb games in one. And I'm going to tell them they've been really special in that game, and they've just got to go with that again in the second leg. These are all our scout reports coming in. Again, look how highly rated he is. Looks to be very, very good. I'll do that in a minute. Serginho, again, quite highly rated. His finishing is a good mark as well. And Takacs gets man of the match, which was absolutely superb. So I'm pretty sure his contract runs out. Yeah, it does. Let's see if we can give him a new contract. He's taking a small pay cut. We'll see if we can get him down a little bit. I say a little bit. Let's go. We'll take the piss a little bit to start with. You can get a contract extension after 20 games, 15, 10k. Don't give him 2. No, we'll give him 1 year. We'll just give him 1 more year. He wants 2.9. That's not a pay cut. So we'll up it to 2, and we'll give that back to 10k. He wants that 2.9, doesn't he? I want to give you a pay cut, mate. So don't be greedy. In fact, let's give you 11k agent fee. Okay, you really want 2.9. What's your 2.7? I'll give you 2.5. I'll give you a loyalty bonus of 16. We'll lock that in, and we'll give you a clause that, because you're our penalty taker, if you score 5 goals, you'll get an extra 20 grand. How about that? How about that? He didn't like it. Okay, we'll come back to him and offer him another contract a bit later on. He's someone I'd like to keep around. He's been at this club absolutely years now. Look at that. It's for 59k we bought him. What an absolute bargain that was. Look at that average rating. He's been absolutely superb. We need to keep him around. Even if he is getting on a bit, we do need to keep him around. Anyway, I'll do this press conference and I'll play the game offline against Triglav, and then we'll be back for the second leg against Dinamo Zagreb in what is now becoming a very special double match episode, which is quite rare nowadays on my channel. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Welcome to the second leg. This is how we line up. It's pretty much exactly the same team, bar one change. Lopez comes in for Hleld in centre midfield. So it's Big Mac in goal. Gleesing, Ricardo, Pavlin and Landers are the back four. Takacs, Lopez and Mustafa make up that midfield three. Hadji on the right, Sogodogo on the left. Hamza keeps his place up front because he's he had a very good game in the last game against Zagreb, and he's the only fit striker we have at the club that can play in Europe. So, yeah, I really made a mistake letting Kuki go. Anyway, on the bench, Gerber, Tapia, Lovric, Blazic, Hasby, left foot and Hleld. They line up in a 4-2-2-1-1, which is quite an odd formation according to they need 3 goals. 4 goals? We're 4-1 up. So 3 goals for them would mean we win on away goals. They need 4 goals. So yeah, it's quite an interesting formation to pick according to they need 4 goals. But we'll crack on with it and play it anyway. So the game gets underway. Hopefully this episode won't be too long as we're doing 2 games back to back. But I thought the first game was finished within about 10 minutes of the video. So we should have enough time to do two games in one episode, which is, like I said, quite rare for this. The game in between, we beat Triglav 1-0. It wasn't a very convincing performance. They went down to 10 men quite early on, but we couldn't capitalise. Hasby got a goal coming up for a corner, nodding it in nicely. Other than that, we played a bit of a weaker team. It was, Silla, Ayumbo Silla, whatever his name is, hasn't really performed very well since I've recalled him from his loan. I gave Hamza a rest so that he'll be fit for this game. And talking about him, he's in behind, but the defenders swamp him. Landers picks up the clearance, puts a ball in. Hamza got a head on it, it's fallen out. Hadji's there, puts it in, and, 1-0 up inside 7 minutes, and it's 5-1 on aggregate. It's game over, isn't it? I mean, it still doesn't change anything. They still only need 4 goals. They still need 4 goals, but it's a good ball in. Goalkeeper did nothing. Defender sort of half got in the way and half cleared it, and then Hadji just beats Hamza to put in the ball in an empty net, and we're 1-0 up. But yeah, Msilla hasn't really performed very well, and I'm not impressed with him since calling back from loan. I think he's going to have a few more games, obviously, in this last half of the season to try and impress. But he just isn't fitting in with either the tactic or the way he wants to play or the stats he has. Well, his stats are decent, but he just doesn't perform for us. As Hadji shoots and Perez makes a good save. So there's another guy out on loan called Gerber, who's at NK Selge on loan. And I'm looking to bring him back next season, and he'll also be a striker, or a striking option anyway, for us to pick alongside Hamza and Cardos. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But hopefully we'll play this game, we'll get through. We should get through, and then we'll just do the draw for the next round and see who we get, and then that'll be done in the next episode. That game against whoever we get. Hopefully, as I said before, it won't be one of the massive teams because I just want to progress as far as we can. As Mustafa's tackled quite high up the pitch by Zambrano. Camargo just with a really hoof clearance, which is pretty poor. Lopez picks it up into Hadji. Round the corner, Hamza shoots. Perez with a very easy save. And Zagreb are doing better in this leg than they did in the last one because they'd given away 2 penalties by this point. So, well done to them. And keep it going. I mean, we had 6 shots and they've all been on target. That's a very good statistic to have. As Takacs can't quite get the ball from Kano. It goes back to Eagle. If you nick it here, he's in. And Hamza has nicked it. And he's got a free run to the edge of the box. But Eagle gets back well and does tackle the ball. And that was a break that we probably should have done a bit more with, as Perez was teasing Hamza, it looked like, and pulled him in for the pressure and then just picked it up as Hadji gives it to Gleesing, ball across looking for Hamza, but Mustafa's there. Sogodogo turns onto his right foot, fires it over the bar, and yeah, I mean, it was already at half time. We're still on an extended highlights, but the game obviously isn't really showing very much. I'm just going to say that I'm happy. Keep it going, and I'm going to check. Yeah, we are on extended. I always worry when the games go that quickly, but I guess it suits the actual video in the fact that we're doing 2 games this episode, and yeah, it makes it a bit easier to put 2 games in if they're both shorter than expected. And we're playing very, very well. Probably slightly within ourselves, according that we've got a 4-goal lead. But I don't know, Zagreb just can't seem to handle this formation. It's the same one we used last time we played them when we won 2-0 and 3-0. I think it was the Europa League last time we played them as well in the knockout stages. But we're doing well. If we can just increase the goals, that would be wonderful. Sogodogo shoots. It's gone wide. I'm thinking I might bring Sam left foot on because this game's pretty much dead and buried. And Sogodogo isn't having a brilliant game. So we'll bring him on and we'll go from there. So Sam Leftfoot comes on for another game in Europe. He didn't impress in the last one against Ajax. He had a bit of a, yeah, well, underperformance, or I don't know, maybe it was a bit too much for him too soon. But he is on. Mustafa isn't having a very good game, and as we've got this wrapped up, we might as well rest him anyway. He can come off and be replaced by Ivan Hleld. Why not? He did alright last time we played them, and is still looking to impress with a bit more game time. And I might bring Tapia on, but Landers is having a good game. I think, yeah, it looks like we're going to be cruising into the next round as Lucas Gleeson gives away a stupid foul. Why do players do that? I mean, not just in Football Manager, in real life. Why do players go in behind people? It's so stupid, isn't it? So yellow card for Lucas Gleeson, which shouldn't really affect us too much, although we don't really want to get him sent off. As Sleld fires in a free kick, looking for Ricardo. It's cleared, and Cerny gives it to Beite, out to Mr. Zlecki. Mr. Zlecki out to Hannes. Hannes into Beite. It's a very good move. His shot's blocked, and it gives a corner to Zagreb. And yeah, I think it's good. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments below. Do you reckon we should get we want a big team and try ourselves against the bigger teams, or a smaller, easier draw similar to this one, which allows us to progress in Europe as far as possible? Hamsbergovic gets in behind, shoots, Perez makes a good save. As Lucas Gleeson comes forward into Hamsbergovic, gets ahead, but Eagle puts it behind for a corner. And we're into the last 5 minutes, so we'll just watch this corner and then we'll make another sub as it's headed away. So let's have a look. Landers will have a rest. Tapia's going to come on at left wing. Left wing, left back, although they do play like wingers, so you can see why I was getting confused. But it looks like it's going to tick down, and that will be that. As Takacs gives it to Gleesing. Infield to Hleld. Hleld is tackled by Cernia. And looks to bring away Hannes. We against Tapia and goes round him, so not a very good start from Juan Tapia there. Hannes gets behind. Abeti shoots straight at Big Mac. And it looks like he's going to get his clean sheet that he loves to get with his little bit of bonus money. Gets a little bit, nice earner for him. As Hamsbergovic is fired up. And I thought the game had crashed. It hasn't. It just skipped to the full-time highlight. We win 1-0. We go through 5-1 on aggregate. That is a very nice performance. Well done, lads. A good win. So, coming through with us, Stuttgart. Very close game. Inter are going through. Liverpool are through. Man City are through. We're through. Tottenham are through. And Juventus go through 4-3 on aggregate, even though they lost 2-0 in Portugal. So, it is sort of being whittled down to the big teams. And I think out of all of that, I'd like Stuttgart. Stuttgart or Inter, I think, are my two choices out of that. So we'll see who we get. Here we go then, on to the quarter-final draw. Let's click automatic and see what happens, as with the sole representative from outside of mainland Europe. No, that's not what I meant to say. But Juventus have got Inter in an all-Italy tie. We're at home to Man City. I called it. Let's be surprised when I get Man City. Liverpool get Stuttgart. And Tottenham are going to play Milan or Wolfsburg. I didn't even know their guys were in it. I don't know why their tie has been delayed. There you go. We've got Man City. Again, I think we have played Man City before. We'll have a quick look at our schedule. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Man City. We lost 5-1 and drew 2-2, but that was back in 2019, 10 years ago. So we haven't played them for 10 years ago. We had the likes of Bradley Dack playing for us then. But there we go. We're into the Europa League quarterfinals. It's going to be very tough. We start at home in Slovenia against Man City, and then we travel to Manchester towards the end of April. And let's just see how we get on. That is a tough tie to deal with. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you're enjoying this series, why not leave a like and subscribe if you're new for more Football Manager content on my channel. But for now, we'll leave it there, and we'll be back to play Man City, and I'll chat to you guys then. I'm out. Cheers.